Hi guys, welcome to another video, welcome to my channel. And today, as you've probably already read in the title, we're gonna do kind of like a get ready with me with this beautiful palette from Cosmic Brushes. This is the Delicious Delights palette, and I was asked by two of my friends on Instagram to create like dessert inspired look. So it's a collaboration between me and two other creators. By the time you're watching this video, the look is already on my Instagram account. I'm pre-filming this because I'm working the whole weekend, so I don't know what their looks turned out to be like. I really hope that I can't wait to see what they created. But my kind of idea for this look was from the beginning to do like a cupcake inspired makeup with sprinkles on it. So I kind of thought like brown on the lower lash line for the like muffin part, and then some kind of pastel shade on the lid for the cream, and then use different shades and different shimmers for the sprinkles. That was kind of my first look that I had in mind. Then I started scrolling through Pinterest and stuff like that to find like a photo inspiration, and I found a couple that I liked, not just cupcakes but other desserts as well. But ultimately I just decided to go with the dessert. So I will pop up a picture of kind of my inspiration, but the look that I'm creating is kind of what I've had in mind from the get-go, and this picture just kind of goes the best with what I want to do. So I've already made like a review of this palette, and I've made multiple looks with this palette. I think it's like 10 or 12 looks with this, and I don't have it for that long, so I think that's pretty good. And my plan is to use this gingerbread shade, I think that's also a fitting name, on the lower lash line and kind of fling it outwards to kind of create like eyeliner. I still don't know if I'm gonna do liquid liner, but I just want to have like a structure. Then I think I'm gonna go with the shade Marshmallow, which is this beautiful like pastel-y pink all over my lid, because the picture that I've picked has like a pinky cream on top of it, so I'm gonna go with the pink. Maybe I'm gonna use the shade Candy Floss on the lid, just kind of like tap it in to have like a little bit of sparkle, and then we're gonna use some of these shades and draw like sprinkles with them. So I'm gonna prime my eyelid. That would be nice to do. And as I said, I don't know how the other two looks will turn out. I don't know if it's gonna be more like a everyday look or if they're gonna go more graphic with it. I suppose it's gonna be more kind of like a everyday look, but we'll see. I don't know. I really don't know what they're gonna do. We kind of just the theme is just dessert, so, and using this palette because we all have them, because we all have this palette, and we've all wanted to play with it a little bit more. And I love this. I think this is a really cool way to play with makeup, especially if it's some kind of like a themed makeup, or like this one is obviously themed for like pastel-y looks, and it has like the dessert vibe to it and the names and everything. So the first thing that I wanted to do, like kind of the absolute first thing, was these big lollipops, like the rainbow lollipops. I don't know how they're called because it's like the lollipop emoji, right? That you have on your phone. That was the first thing, but I had no clue how to do it. Like I don't know how I would go about that. So cupcake was the only thing that felt like I could do it. I have one more picture saved that's not a cupcake, it's like a regular cake, And I think that also had a really nice color story and like a fun options to it. So maybe I'm gonna do part 2 eventually, and maybe I'm gonna try to play with this palette again and do like another dessert inspired makeup. We'll see. I don't know how much, you know, how excited I'm gonna get for that, but let me know if you would want part 2, because I think that would be really, really fun, and I'm just so happy for this. So without further ado, I'm gonna find some like smaller brush, maybe not. Okay, you can either use pencil brush, or if you have one of those, I don't know if you will see it, but it's like pinched from one side, and it kind of creates this like line, so it's like very skinny from one side. These brushes are great for your lower lash line, and I'm taking the shade Gingerbread, as I said. It's a very pretty, it's more like orangey than brown, but it resembles the like muffin. It resembles the color of muffin the most, so we're gonna use that one. And we're just gonna use it on our lower lash line. I could first start with the top lid, but I kind of want to draw out the shape, because I want the pink that's gonna be on the lid to kind of sit on top of this, to kind of create the structure of the muffin, or like the cupcake, right? So muffin on top and like the cream on the bottom. So the muffin on the bottom and the cream on top. So I just want that to create a line. So we're just gonna start on the lower lash line. And I always look really weird when I do this, because you know, you have to make really weird faces to get the product on, so sorry if it looks weird. And now we're gonna kind of draw out a line. And as I said, I don't know if I'm gonna also put on black liner on top of it or not. So if not, this is gonna be the only like liner that we have. And I feel like, especially if you have hooded eyes, this is the best way to do eyeliner, to start from your lower lash line instead of and like connecting it to the lower lash line, because if you're gonna first go with the top lash, it's just, especially if you have the folds like more lower down, it's gonna create that weird like tooth there, or like weird ridges. And if you're gonna put it a little bit lower, you usually don't have the creases all that low, so it's gonna give you a little bit more space and a little bit more even surface to draw the line. So we're just gonna go like this, and starting with the line has one major benefit: you can easily redo it, because there's nothing else on your eyes, so if you mess up, it doesn't matter. So I think it's gonna be approximately this long, maybe slightly longer, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye, and then I'm gonna come back. So yeah, something like this. And now I'm gonna take the shade Marshmallow, this one, on more of like a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna put it on my top lid, kind of all over, and like blend it out a little bit to the brow. Maybe we'll see. I don't know if I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna just use this shade. I was thinking maybe I could mix it with the white shade to make it a little bit more creamy, but I think this will be good enough. So just put it everywhere, and kind of the main the most pigment should be on the lid, and then kind of blend it out towards the brows. So it's gonna look something like this, and now we're gonna repeat it on the other eye. And I really love this palette. I will link the review of this palette that I posted like a month ago, I think. I'm not completely sure when it was, but I've definitely posted it a couple of weeks ago. And I really love this, especially like the mattes are so beautiful and so easy to work with. And like, you can use this as a companion palette and like use just the lighter shade and then deepen it up with something else, or you can just use it on its own if you're more into like lighter, softer looks. I'm definitely more into like a deeper looks, but once in a while I think it's fun to play like that. So yeah, this is kind of it. Now I'm gonna take the shade. First I'm gonna find a brush, and we're gonna take the shade Candy Floss, this one. On I would use natural bristle brush, because I feel like that way you can it looks more like a sprinkle than like a full-on shimmer, at least in my opinion. And we're just gonna pat it slightly. I don't want it to be fully shimmery, I just want it to like have a little bit of shine and kind of that like nice kind of like glazy effect, or you know, like when you have cream on a cupcake, it shines obviously, so I just want a little bit of that. And also just because I usually am more into shimmery looks than a matte looks, so this just feels a little bit more appropriate for me. And I think I will use this shade in my inner corner as well, but we'll see. I usually do that as the last step, so I'm just gonna repeat the same thing on the eye. And this is also, if you're more into like softer looks and not completely like bling bling, right, shimmers, and you're more into just like a little bit of shine, then you can just kind of slowly pat it like this on the lid, or you can just like use a finger or use a damp brush or glitter primer, and you're gonna get like a really shiny effect. I love these shimmers, they're very sparkly and very pretty, but you can also, with the whole palette, you can go very soft and just like cute if you want to. It's kind of all about what you want. So that's kind of the base for everything. Now I'm gonna take some kind of brush, and we're gonna experiment here because I'm not completely sure how this is gonna work. So first I'm gonna spray my hand with setting spray or anything, just like have it damp, because that's gonna be kind of like a palette for me. If you have any like makeup palette or anything, you can use that, but I don't, so I'm gonna use my hand. And I'm just gonna spray the back of my hand. It really doesn't matter what it is, it just has to be something liquidy. And then we're gonna start drawing the sprinkles. I think I'm gonna start from the lightest, so I'm gonna take the shade Zesty on a liner brush. I'm gonna pack the brush with the shade, and then I'm gonna mix whatever I have on the black brush with the liquid on my hand to just like make it into a liquid shadow, and we'll see if that will work. I really don't know if this will work because obviously these are more pastel-y shades, so I don't know how well they will work with this. We'll see. And if it won't, then I'm gonna have to use my Suva eyeliners, or like water activated liners. But yeah, I think I'm getting some pigment, so we will try and see. So we're gonna do like a couple round shapes, kind of all over. I feel like that is a little bit pigmented. And it's obviously gonna be a lot of back and forth so that you can create the proper consistency. It usually takes a while before you get there. So just like a little ball there. I don't know how visible that is, but there's gonna be a lot of different colors and different shapes. So we're just gonna do maybe like 2 or 3 of these little rounds here and there. You can also change the sizes so that it looks more like a typical sprinkles. I really hope these are gold sprinkles, you know, like the toppers that you put on the cupcake. I'm not English, by the way, it's not my first language, so I'm sorry if I'm like mistaken it with something else, but I think it's called sprinkle. So something like this. Let me do the other eye and then we're gonna play with other colors. So this is kind of where we're at. Obviously you don't have to try to make it super like even, because there's gonna be so many different sprinkles that if it's like a little bit off and it's not completely the same on all on both eyes, it's not gonna matter. So now I want to try this shimmer called Sprinkles. I feel like I have to use it. It's a black based multi-chrome, so I'm gonna try to pick it up on a really small brush, really load the brush with the shimmer, and I'm gonna spray it again with the same setting spray or whatever liquid you have on, and I'm gonna try to do those like stick sprinkles, you know, like the ones that are just like a little mini stick. I don't know how these are called, honestly. So we're just gonna mix it to just make it a little bit more easier to use and see if that's gonna help us. And you're kind of creating like a shimmery liner, and we're gonna just do little lines. And again, with these things, it's always kind of back and forth because you have to find the right consistency and the right ratio. Also, sorry if if you can't completely see what I'm doing, because I have to be super close to even see what I'm doing. So we're just gonna do like a little lines. Make sure that each of them face different, that they face different like angles, or you know, that they're kind of positioned differently so that it looks a little bit more realistic. They're just kind of sprinkled on top. And this multi-chrome is absolutely beautiful. I think I've only used it once in the video that I made about this, but it's so pretty. I'm gonna try to draw some of the sprinkles on my lid as well, but as you can see, it's very hooded, so I don't know how well that will go. And now we're gonna take this Suva hydroliner. This is in the shade Space Panda. I don't know if you can actually read that, but by the way, this is how my hand looks like. It always looks like a color palette whenever I do these types of looks. So again, we're just gonna put a little bit of water, setting spray, whatever you have on, and mix it with a clean brush if you have any. And I really love these little body hydroliners from Suva. They're amazing and they're so easy to work with. And we're just gonna do a couple dots here and there to kind of just, you know, make it a little bit more, I don't know, make it make sense. So just kind of little dots here and there. Something like this. And we're gonna do the same on the other eye. And again, it doesn't have to be like in the same spots, because honestly nobody will be able to tell. So something like this. And let's see, should we put another color in there? I kind of don't know where I would put it. So I think this will be the finished look. So let me clean off my hand, at least a little bit. And I'm trying to see which of these we should put as an inner corner highlight. We can either do the pinky shimmer, or we could do yellow. Maybe we could do yellow, because we have this kind of yellowy orangey color called buttercream, and I feel like that could look cute. So let me find smaller pencil brush, and we're gonna take the shade Buttercream and put it in our inner corner, and put it right here in the inner corner. I think that could kind of tie it together a little bit more. I don't know if the pink would work as the inner corner highlight. I feel like we have enough pink. And we're just gonna put it right in here, kind of create like a little ball. I think that will also work because we have little round shapes that are also yellow, even though it's the under yellow shade, the shade Zesty, but that really doesn't matter all that much. I feel like it's still gonna look kind of cute. And maybe we could take the shade Delicious. This is like a white based shimmer that has a little bit of blue in it, but I feel like because it's gonna be on top of yellow, it should look more yellowy. So we're gonna try it just so that it's a little bit sparkly and not completely matte, because I usually don't do matte inner corner. So maybe this way we could like make it a little bit more my speed. We'll see, or maybe we should. I think we're just gonna keep it matte. I'm just gonna top it off again with the matte. I think that's gonna be better. But you can sometimes kind of customize your inner corner highlight, just like put whatever light matte that you want, and then just top it off with the shimmer. And it's kind of like, if you want a yellow based shimmer, you can just put yellow underneath, and that's gonna do the trick. That's what I do quite a lot actually, if I don't have shimmer that I want in the palette and I'm kind of rushing. So that's kind of like a quick trick that you can use. So yeah, I think this is kind of how where we're gonna stop. And I'm just gonna put on mascara and do like the rest of my face, and I'm gonna come back soon. Okay, so I'm back. This is the finished look. I really like how this looks. I think it's very, very cute, very, very like dessert appropriate. I think the sprinkles turn out quite good, and I think it's because of the white liner. I think that really helped to kind of pull it all together. And I really like how this looks. It's very cute. So for the rest of my face, I've used this under 20 BB cream. This is in the shade 02 Natural. This is like a mattifying BB cream. I'm currently like in a little bit of a acne process, so I don't really wear foundation all that much these days because like it just aggravates my acne. But this one is specifically made for acne prone skin, so once in a while I use this, and I love that it looks very natural and very just like it just kind of evens out the skin tone without looking too makeup-y, and you can't feel it on the skin. It sets itself, it's mattifying as I said, so that one is perfect. Then I used my One True Love, this Rimmel Lasting Radiance Concealer. I have no clue which shade this is because like the sticker is completely gone, but it's gonna be some light shade. And I'm almost out of this one. This one just has like a little bit of product left, so I've been using it a lot, and it's a very nice brightening concealer. Then on my eyes I have the Thrill Seeker mascara. I'm almost out of it as well. This is from Rimmel. Then I have these lashes. These ones are from SHEIN, and they're like kind of more like a half lashes, and they just have like that little bit of like a flare out. It kind of looks very, I don't know, I would say very like pixie, or like, I don't know, very cute, and it just gives you like a little bit of length at the end. So I've tried these. I'm not very good at putting on lashes, so they look a little wonky and they're not completely even, but I think for the sake of this video it's gonna be okay. And then I've also used this creme gel liner from Colourpop, and this one is the shade Peach Fuzz, I think. Yes, Peach Fuzz. It's kind of like a peachy pinky color, so I thought that would really go well with the lower lash line. And then what else? For my blush I use this Sheglam liquid blush in the shade Flow Down because it's kind of like an orangey brownie. It's kind of like between orange blush and a bronzer, and I really like this because you can kind of just slightly contour the face with this. And again, the orange, I kind of thought that that would go with the lower lash line, and with the top lid I used the highlighter from also Sheglam. This is a Chroma Zone in the shade Lucid because it has kind of like a it's multi-chrome, and it has pink, yellow and green with it in it, so that kind of works well with the color story that we have. And then on my lips I used the Essence Soft and Precise Lip Pencil. This one is in the shade Happy. And then I used this Corpse Bright liquid lipstick from Sheglam. This one is in the shade Emily. So, and I tried to do like more like a rounded Cupid's bow type of shade, you know, just slightly overline the like Cupid's bow, so that it's a little bit more like cuter, or I don't know, it just felt like the right thing to do. And for my powder I have this very old, very beaten up, as you can see, powder from Essence that I'm trying to finish up. Just like I just put that on my T-zone. The rest is okay. And yeah, this is the finished look. So sorry for my hair, they're kind of weird today, but this is the finished look. Let me know if you like the way it turned out. I personally really like it. It looks so much better than I expected. I've kind of had not very high hopes for this look because I usually don't do graphic looks all that often, even though I've been trying to incorporate them a little bit more into my like everyday makeup routine, but usually I don't have enough time, so I do colorful makeup every day, but not so much graphic looks. So I think this will be like a nice little adventure for me to try something new, and I didn't want it to really draw anything because I'm horrible at that. So I think this is a really great way how to go about it, to just do like a little dots and lines. That's not that hard to do, especially with the sprinkles that we have. It doesn't have to be precise, it doesn't have to be even. You just kind of splatter it on, and that's it. I think the more imperfect it is, the more like cuter it looks, at least in my opinion. And yeah, so that's it. Really love this palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and if you don't have it yet, I will link Cosmic Brush's website. I don't know if it's currently in stock because I bought it like, I don't know how, I think it was like 2 months ago, month ago, I'm not completely sure when it was, but they had like a little restock, and I've bought this, but I think they're planning on another like bigger restock soon, so I will link it down below, and you can subscribe for notification if it's not up yet. So yeah, but definitely recommend. The mattes are absolutely beautiful, and the shimmers are so sparkly and so like wet looking and beautiful, and they're really nice to work with, and they don't crease very much. They're definitely a little bit drier than like the current trend is, so which I'm happy about, because as I said, I have hooded eyes. I can't deal with a lot with very oily shimmers, so this one is perfect, and love the little detail on it. So that's kind of everything. I think I mentioned everything. I'm gonna link all the products that I've used down below, all the Instagram handles and all that. And yeah, that will be it for me. Let me know if you've I definitely advise you to try this kind of challenge, especially if you have this palette, and if you do and you will try to create a look like this, let me know. You can DM me on Instagram, or or also on TikTok. I'm gonna also link my TikTok down below, and I would really want to see your recreations or like your ideas, because I think this is very fun and still like very summery look. I know summer is almost finished, but we can pretend. And yeah, that will be it for me. So hope you have a great day, hope you're enjoying summer, and I will be happy to see you in my next video. Bye!